Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. Well, here we are, another fun day of crafting. I invite you all in to come in and sit down and have a fun play with me. It's a good day to craft along, to craft with me and make a few fun things. So today I think we might work on some parchment paper, crinkly embellishments. So pockets, pages, and tags, stuff like that. And see if we can have some fun with our good old baking parchment paper. Now this, I do talk about parchment paper all the time, but a lot of times when I'm talking about my printer paper. Today we're going to use the baking kind of parchment paper. Okay. So the parchment paper pages, I've seen Rhonda with an H or Rhonda without an H. I've never watched her channel or anything, but I've heard that she does these, and I know I've purchased them from her in the past, but she hasn't been making any. So if I want them for my journals, I'm going to have to make it myself. But the only problem I have is I don't really have any pages. Well, a few, but they're not really all hooked together. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do those kind of pages, but we'll see. Let's see what we can get done today. I want to try quite a few things using things that I have brought along here. I'm actually not sure where to start because I saw several videos and I was very inspired, so I think we can give this a shot. I would like to cover a page with it. But I am thinking, before I even do that, I might want to add some color to my parchment pages. Now I want to see how big this page is. I'm going to move my little remote aside here. If we cut this page, let's make it an even 5 inches. Let me get my little cutter. I just dumped everything out of my basket. Oh boy. Oh well, it's okay. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to all my new subscribers, as well as all of you who have been following me for quite some time. I'm thrilled that you come back time and time again and watch me and comment on my videos. It makes my day every day that you do that. I really, really appreciate you. I am filming way ahead because I have some things to do, and I need to take some time out of the craft part of my studio and work in the Etsy part of my studio. So I'm trying to get some videos done so I can do that. Now let me measure. This is 5 1/4, which is about the right size for journal pages. The problem is, if I use book page in a journal, unless I glue them together and make them one long sheet to put them into the journals. Now let's see, how high do I want them? These are 9. I like 9-inch ones for 9 by 4. That won't work because it'll have to be 9 by 8. So I'm thinking, guys, it's a process for me. I haven't ever done these ever, so this is a fun thing for me. So what if we make these like 8 inches tall? Okay, what if we make them about 8 inches tall? Let me put that down there. Now, I never rip with my left hand. I see why. It's easier for me to do it with my right. Yep, I don't know how you guys do that. I can't. All right. So let's get a piece of parchment paper that is going to be about that size. I think I'd like to make it 8 inches tall because I think I don't know, I'm struggling with this, guys. Forgive me. I don't know, I'm having a hard time. Let me just rip some pages off and cut it down. Maybe that's going to be easier. Okay. let me cut these down a bit. And they need to be just the size of your book page. Right there. Okay. That moved on me at the end, but that's okay. I'm actually going to need 2 of these. I should have pre-cut these. It might have been just easier. I didn't think about it. Let me... I don't use a tear ruler very often, or any kind of a tear ruler very often, so I don't know how this is gonna go. That way. All right. I'm gonna feel the different sides of the paper. Now I want another one. That's gonna be 8 inches. I love the crinkly sound of this. Absolutely love it. Well, if you're brand new to my channel, which I do have a lot of new subscribers, I am a person who kind of crafts on the fly. I don't do a lot of tutorials or prep a lot of stuff. I kind of just craft as I go. I just turn on the camera and share with you what I'm doing that day. And today I was in the mood to give this a try. I can see these are very labor intensive. Rhonda, you are amazing. I think you follow my channel. I'm not sure. I have a Rhonda and a Rhoda, so I don't know if that's the Rhonda. But anyway, next thing I'm going to do is I am going to get out my new little craft mat because I want to do some glue stick here. And it's washable, easy to clean. I'm going to pull up my sleeves because we're getting serious here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big how-to channel. I just invite you to craft along with me. Hopefully I'll give you some tips and tricks as we go. You learn some new things, find some new products you like. See that no matter how long you've been crafting, which I've been crafting my whole life, you still make boo-boos and you still create as you go. No one has it down perfect. Only those who edit their videos have perfect crafting. So I'm not saying there aren't any. I'm sure there are. I just kind of don't think there's a ton. Right. I think everybody has issues when they're filming one way or another. Now, doesn't that look cool? You know, I didn't read this page to see if there was anything going on with it. I don't think there's anything weird in here. I don't remember this being a bad book, but you never know. Okay. I'll put a lot of glue on this. Does make it wrinkly. And kind of get the rougher, more natural side up, not this side that seems to have some kind of a finish on it. One thing I did want to do, which I didn't just do, kind of kicking myself now. Well, I'll go back and trim this all up, make it perfect. I just wanted to play with one page to see if this is something I want to do. Now, if it was going to go in a book, I definitely would stitch around it, but you can just glue it. You don't have to. We'll check back in on this in a while to see if the wrinkles go away or if it stays like this. See what happens, right? Okay. One of the things I wanted to do is I noticed that some people, when they use their parchment papers, they colorize them a little bit. So I wanted to see what would happen if I put a little... This is a glassing pad, so don't freak. It's a cutting mat. And the writing is sealed inside, so it's not gonna, I want to get some water. And then I want to see what happens if you put this in here. Will it colorize it? Will it make it have pretty colors? Or will it, yeah, will it fight the color because it's a baking sheet? If it'll take color, then I think it would be cool to like dye a bunch of big sheets of this using the ink, the distress ink and stuff, and then use it to cover pages. That would be fun. Okay, so I just want to see what happens with this. Let me get my wet one here. I just want to try it on a little piece and see, whoopsie, what we get. If it works, then I'll take it down to the kitchen and make a bunch of big sheets and, you know, well, I shredded that one to holy heck. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this off because I don't want to... Boy, that one is soapy. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, I've not noticed that before. Hold on, I have a mess going here. Okay, let me do something. All right, I'm trying to dry this off so I can just leave this there too. That's a dry one, haha. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this over on this side by my window. And we'll see what that does. If it resists, because it is a baking sheet, it might resist the, excuse me, sheet. Okay. It might resist the color. So I just want to see what that's going to do. Okay, so that was one little experiment we were going to do today. You guys got to come along and see how that's done. Oh, not too bad. I didn't dye myself too bad there. We're okay. Alrighty, so let's see. That was okay. So we've done two things. We're going to let this dry over by the window, see what it looks like when it's done. Two things down. All right, now I'm going to move on to dumping all of my projects onto the floor. That's what I'm going to do. Sometimes it just doesn't matter how much you prep. It just really doesn't. Okay, I'm going to pull the book pages off the desk for now because I don't think, well, take that back. I'm not going to. I'm going to make some journaling cards with these. Except not the ones that are ripped badly on one side. Let's get some that are just kind of pulled out of the book more straight. Okay, let's try it that way. All right. Oops, you guys, I forgot to check my time when I started. I even put out my piece of paper and my pen. I was really excited to do these. I was going to do these by myself, and I thought, well, let's... Right, when I think we're going to be done, I'll have to check. All right. Okay. Well, let's get these folded in half. And let's glue them together. I want to make some journaling cards. I probably have a bunch already folded somewhere, but for the life of me, I could not tell you where. I'll cut these down in a minute. They're probably a bit big for what I want to do, but wouldn't hurt to just get them glued and then go back and trim them up. So it takes a bit for them to dry, just a little bit. I think we'll just do a better job of gluing is one thing we need to do. Goodness gracious. Come on now. I'm using what I call my little glue spreader, which is any kind of a hard old credit card, group card, any kind of coffee card, whatever you got that you can use to spread the glue out among your page. Helps move it around underneath the 2 pages. Okay, there's a couple there. I don't want to do too many, but I want to make journaling cards. And journaling cards for me, 4.5 is going to be our width. So let me see. What I want to do is I want to cut off a little on each side. So what I'll do is I'll cut that off. Now I'll do our 4.5. Okay. And then I would think our height, let's see, what's this at? 4.5 by 4.5. Why don't we just make them 4 by 4.5 maybe? I want to cut the name of the book off anyhow. There we go. Get rid of that. There, that's a nice little journaling card size. So let me do this one here. And make it 4 over here. Or 4.5, I should say. Let's do that. And then let's get rid of the title, and we're good. Okay. And these little strips I go back and stamp on later, put words and things like that on them, images, small little things, so we don't waste anything here. Now I'm going to put the book page off to the side, put it on the floor. I don't need that for right now. Again, I want to use the parchment paper, so let's go about how wide we think we want it. Oh my goodness, that was a mess. Okay, let's see. What did we end up with our height here? Where'd my little ruler go? Ruler, anybody see my ruler? Oh, you should see the stuff packed up beside me now. Tim Holtz. Okay, so Mr. Tim, you are going to be 4.5, I said, by 3 3/4. Okay, 4.5. So we want this to be 4.5. First of all, I need to clean up this edge because it's a mess. Let me clean this up. Okay. I might keep a little bit of this for scrap work. I don't know how this will cut on my paper cutter. I've never tried it. This is awkward today. I seem to be a little bit off. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to do. There we go. There we go. Okay. See if we can get some for this other one. Let me see. There we go there. And then I'm going to trim that up a bit. And then we want to get it to 4.5. All right, so we got another one. Now the question is, do you want it on the front and the back? You know, because it's a journaling card, I think it's going to need to be written on the back. So I would think I probably just want to put some paper of some kind on the back and just leave it like this on the front. And you can just glue them, or you can stitch around them. I will probably stitch around these after I'm all done. Ouch. Oh, you guys, I just broke my nail off. Ooh, I don't want to show you. Oh, ow. Oh, oh, ho, ho. Well, there went that nice long fingernail you just saw over there. I just ripped it off. Ow. Past the quick. Well, it's not bleeding yet, so maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. Here we go. Let's glue this on here. The pages are drying fairly quickly. It's pretty nice today. It's only in the high 50s. The temps have dropped again from the 80s to the 50s. We got about a 30-degree swing lately. Looking for my little... Let me find my little scissors. Okay. There isn't a lot over, just kind of giving a quick little cleanup. Probably should just clean it up on my paper cutter. Especially when I make a big hatchet job, just like that. Well, I hope you're all well. What are you guys up to? Anything new and exciting? Everybody good at home? We're all just okay here. Everything's fine. Nothing new and exciting. Let's see. Let's get a little more glue. I think this glue stick's working okay on this parchment paper. I kind of have my doubts as to whether it's going to stay or not. So we will see. I use Scotch Create glue stick. That's my favorite, personal favorite. Doesn't have a lot of water in it. Doesn't do a lot of wrinkling. Does a little bit, but not anything outrageous. It's a very good glue stick. It works on fabric as well. That's why I like it, because I can use it on fabric clusters and things, you know. Okay, so we've got that. Now, we're just about ready to do some decorating. Pretty cool, right? We're already ready for that. I'm going to give it just I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to do this. I think maybe we should cover the backs. What do you guys think? I'm going to see, what do I have for scraps? I'm looking around my studio. Let's see what I have that maybe we could just cover the back with. See if I have any bigger scraps, you know. Looks like I do. I actually have some, now this is parchment, what I call parchment paper. It's called Parchment, is the color. And this is a printer paper, and it's used for, generally for like resumes and things. Of course, you know, no one does that anymore, but business documents and stuff. So I'm gonna get my little wet one here, wipe off my mat, get my dry wet one that's dried out, and get that all cleaned off, because there was a big goober there. We don't want a goober right in the middle of our pictures, right? Now I want to, so these are scraps left over, and I want to glue it onto the back so that you can write. Of course, that one's cut funky, so it doesn't cover, but this one's okay. Let's see how we do on this one. Let's, where's my little pencil? Right there. I ended up penciling the, what a dingbat I am. Let me get this over here. Right there. I was going to rip it, but because it's wet. Oh, and this one's not, though. I probably could rip this one, right? Couldn't I? Let's give it a shot. I'm not the best at this, but I'll do my best to do it. Okay. And we glue that on. We have our journaling card is great on the back and the front. And if you want, you can stitch around it with a pretty stitch of some kind, or you could just leave it glued and not worry about it. Just make sure you get enough glue right to the edges, which I will do just in case I don't get back to the sewing machine and I end up having to use it before I get it sewn. Icky. Yuck. Okay, that's covered. Go like that. I seem to have gotten glue in a few places there. It's squished over to the front. Okay. I'm moving the glue around so it'll cover. So you have a nice sturdy index card right now. Not index card. Reminds me of an index card, but it's a journaling card. Okay. Now, I can see I'm going to want to clean this up. It's kind of a mess on this one side from me putting everything together. Do it quick and sharp and it should cut right through the glue. I'm going to do the same thing over here. There, pretty. Alrighty, we have a lovely little journaling card now. And I want to do a little decorating on that. So let's grab some of my ephemera books. I want some flowers, but I don't think I want those. Let me try. Oh, I just created a huge shadow, didn't I? Let's move that. All right, let's try. Make sure that's all dry. I wanted something in the blues, but that's kind of big, but maybe not. Let me see. Whoops. What happened there? Or maybe in the pinks. Oh, that's way too big. Too big, too big, too big. Well, those are big. Those are big for those cards. I would have to do a bigger journal card. I could have made big journal cards. I don't know what I'm thinking. Why I did these itty bitty journal cards. I have some things, but they're tiny. I don't have a lot of blue flowers, I just noticed, in the vellum stickers. So maybe we'll just do this one. I'm going to ink around the edges. I think I'll just use my, no, not that one, vintage photo for this one. Do I want to round the corners? I usually like my journaling cards rounded, so let's see if we could do that. I have fussed around so much, I'm probably never going to get more than just one card made. Oh, I wanted to make all kinds of goodies, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen today. kind of have an idea of how to do it faster. I was just thinking about it, and whoopsie, let's get some glue here, which I may do in just 1 second. I don't know if I want to decorate this yet or not, but I love the way this looks with the parchment paper on here. And then we put the sticker on. Now roll your thumb down the front. Should come off nicely. Uh-oh, if it doesn't do that, and roll itself into itself and then stick. Let me do this, and let me do this, and this. I'm gonna have to close my window, guys. The neighbors are out talking. I think my husband's one of them. Yes, he is. Talking to the neighbor, to Joe. Oh, isn't that cool? All right, that's pretty. Do we have any words we want to put on there, maybe? I have all kinds of things. I brought out all of my little pouches with all my goodies that I like to use for stuff like this. Now you could stitch all the way around the edge. And I actually have one that kind of has a blue, pretty blue. I have some blue journal. I have a blue journal I'm working on. And I want to make some ephemera for that. So that's what I'm doing today, is just kind of starting up some ephemera for it. And I'm not sure if this is a... I think it's cardstock. I don't think it's... No, I don't think it is. It's really smooth on the back, though, so it's weird. Must be cardstock. I'm going to put that on the bottom. And then maybe a little label, or a little number, I mean. Let's try a little number. Let me cut. Is this number cardboard? Yeah, no, this is definitely a sticker paper. It's on sticker paper. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really quiet today. I didn't realize it. More tired than I thought, I guess. Didn't sleep that great last night, so I'm a little worn out today. My hubby was on the snore track. It kept me awake most of the night, so I'm kinda goofy today. I feel like it needs to be a bigger number. Like, that number is not big enough for this. Uh-oh. I wonder if that's going to be a problem sticking that to the... I swear this is sticker paper. No, it did not stick. Okay. I am going to try to stick, even though this is book page, I'm going to try to stick something, music page or something on there. Let me get my little... I was looking for just a little bit of like music page to put on there. It just seems a bit bare. It's just a little bare for me. I don't like it quite that bare. What if we did that? Yeah, it's a little bit lined up, which I don't want. Maybe like that. Let me ink this up a little. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Let's try that. I'm hoping things are going to stick to this paper. I haven't ever used this before, so we may find that nothing wants to stick to it, and that could be a real problem. No, I said this was a sticker. This is super sticky sticker paper, so I'm hoping it will work. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. There you go. Could add lace to that or leave it as is. Put something across the bottom or just leave it like that. I think for right now I'll leave it that way. All right, now I had an idea. Let me move those aside. Trash. Let me move that aside and let me try something else now. Since I haven't been terribly successful at ripping this, I'm just going to try cutting it. There we go. That's a little better. A little better. I'm going to set that up there so it could dry. Let me go to what I wanted to try was making some. I wrote myself a little note because when I have a lot of projects that I want to do, you know, you start forgetting what did you want to do? So this is all paper. I don't think any of it. Okay, and those are cardstock. Alrighty. So I thought it would be fun. Let me cut some paper. Well, first thing, let me get rid of that white thing I don't need. And I don't need that. And I think I want them to be about, I don't even know what I'm doing here. All right, let me see this. I might have to go get myself a diet soda, wake myself up. I need some caffeine, I think. I think I want about a 3-inch by, let me cut this little white part off again. By, let's say, 3-inch by 6-inch tag. Okay. That gives us a nice little scrap. Let's use that for 3 by 6 tag. Let's see. I like this one. And let's make this one a 3-inch tag as well. And let's get rid of this. You'll see what I'm doing in just a minute. Let me get rid of this. Okay. The only thing I don't like about this craft mat is it's squirrely. It keeps moving around all over the place. It doesn't stay put, so that could be a problem for me. Now let's make this 6 inches again. I like a fairly tall tag, so we now have 2 tags in some pretty colors. I have one more I want to do. 2 more I want to do. All of these papers that you see me cutting are from Victorian Blue or Blue Victorian, depending upon how you've heard it. It was originally named Victorian Blues, but it was really hard to remember. So it is now Blue Victorian. it's both ways in Etsy. You can find it listed both ways. So anyway, I'm using that kit from a Jewel Design. And there is a link to the shop of a Jewel Design in the description box, the drop-down box with the video here. So let's do one more. I want to have 4 different tags. You will see my thought process on this in just a minute. I bet you some of it you've already figured out what I'm doing. Have you? Have you? Once you get a rhythm going, things go fairly quickly. It's just got to get your going. I've been having a hard time kickstarting myself today. I definitely am going to need some caffeine. All right, now let's go to 6 again. I have all these lovely little pieces that we'll have to find something to do with later. You know me, I always find something. All right, so now we have 4. I'll put that away for a minute. I'm going to take this lovely piece of parchment. I think I'm going to need some heavy stuff over here. I don't have any weights here. I do have, for sewing, I use pattern weights and stuff, so I have to go find them. Or you can just use some washers. Metal washers work really well. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to glue. I guess you could pre-ink them before you did this, but I don't think I will. I'm going to lay it down on the parchment paper. Find a straight edge if you can. Doesn't have to. Where'd my little card go? Okay, card, come out wherever you're. They're underneath all my thingies. I think this is easier than trying to cut them to fit. Ugh, that was driving me nuts. It's like, why am I doing it that way? Let's do this. If you don't have a glue stick, use whatever glue you like. I prefer glue stick for this type of page. But everybody has their favorite glue, so use what you like. Some glue sticks don't work very well, so you have to make sure you have a good brand. Don't go get the kids' glue sticks that don't use those Elmer's, the kids' glue sticks that they use for their craft projects. A lot of that's just not strong enough to do what we do. And a lot of it's not archival, meaning it's not acid-free. These are, so these are meant to do what we do. I just ate my glue stick. What in the world happened? Oh, no, I did that right. How often do we put the glue on the front side, right? That's really rare. So I just had a momentary, oh my gosh, oh no. Like, whoopsie. No, that I actually meant to do that. Uh-oh, I bet that last one's not going to fit over here. It's not. Oh, won't fit up here. No. Darn it. Okay. Well, we're going to go like this to get rid of the glue. The bubbles. I am going to use my favorite tool. If I can reach it. Excuse my reach there, my arm. We want to adhere this paper if we can. It's going to have some bubbles, but that's part of the charm of it. It looks really cool with the bubbles. All right, we're going to let that dry for a minute because I have to rip off another piece. I'm going to make sure it's going to be wide enough. Alrighty. Ooh, this glue is really soft today. Usually I have to push down pretty hard. This room has been hot, cold from 80 degrees down to 50 degrees. So my glues are acting a bit temperamental. Throwing a tantrum here. I'll let that dry for a second. Now I don't need all these 4,000 pairs of scissors here. Let's go. I know I'm exaggerating, but it was a lot. Okay, so glue feels pretty cold. I'm going to, oh, my rings are moving around. It's cold in here. Use my hands. The heat of your hands is a really great way to warm your glue and get it to dry. It also flattens out some of your bubbles. Helps it to dry. Plus it's fun. It just feels really cool. This parchment paper is, you know, got that yummy thing that we like, especially when you bake that parchment paper. Oh my gosh, it's very cold. Well, it looks like you can dye this. So I may try that. And then this one, it did stay wrinkly. I hear it. Hear the crinkle. Oh, I love that. I'm going to be trimming that up and using that on a page. And I may try to ink it up too. So anyway, that one's good. I do now know we can dye that. Parchment paper is taking the color. So I'm going to be dyeing some parchment paper, I think, today maybe. Downstairs in the kitchen where I can make a big fat mess. I'm certainly not doing it up here on carpet. That's asking for big time trouble. So I see I've missed some spots here. All right, I need to start fussing around. We're never going to get anything done. Oh, let's get the big scissors out. Okay, and I think it's just so much easier just to cut right around it than it was to try to make it fit. You can always clean it up on your trimmer if you're not getting a good clean line that you want. These would be fabulous stitched around. I am going to get my, if I can find it. Instead of the corner rounder, I'm getting my angle cutter, which makes a lovely tag. There. You could also go for a deeper tag top. It just depends on what you want to do. You know what? I'm starting to worry about this because I don't know if this is going to stick to the parchment. Definitely might want to consider using a different glue, like I would think the Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix would be probably a good one. Also, I'm definitely going to stitch around these because I'm concerned that it's not going to stay on long term. Peels off pretty easily. So this does have some resist to it. It's got some wax coating or whatever, so it is resisting the glue. It's taking it, but it's not. I don't think it's going to take it indefinitely, so you're definitely going to want to do something with it. That neat. I love the way it kind of gives it that dreamy, filmy, so now anything you put on there. I am concerned about this. Yep. See, it's not, well, no, I'm trying to pull it off in some places and it's not coming, so I just must have missed. That's all. Glue is, especially white glue on white, very difficult to see. I'm sorry about my head there. My chair is giving me fits. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having an off day. I feel very uncoordinated today. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I just can't quite get it together. It's a caffeine kind of day. I should have had coffee this morning with my breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast either. I ate breakfast. Maybe that's my problem. Making me sluggish, sleepy. I'm doing morning videos. I'm trying to do a couple videos today, if I can. I love the lace with the parchment over it. Isn't that pretty? I have plenty of parchment scraps to play with. That's for sure. I'm so used to working with vellum. I do a lot with vellum. A lot. I stitch on it. I dye it. I do all kinds of stuff with it. But this baking parchment is not something I've worked with before much. Very little. Very, very little. And I'm new to it, so I'm struggling with it a bit. So forgive me. I'm just quite not my confident self here. I'm not unconfident, but I'm playing, experimenting, whatever you want to call it. First time. Alrighty, so now we have some lovely parchment tags, which I think those are very cool. And I think they're going to be great to put butterflies on, or flowers, or, you know, anything fun, anything pretty on these would be very cool. There you have them. Let me just do something real quick, because we're going to run out of time, you guys. See if I've got something. I've got gold. I don't think I want to put anything gold on there. What have I got that's pink? I like pink and blue together quite a bit. And I always love a rose. Oh, ooh. Now, doesn't that rose look really pretty right there on that parchment paper? I love that. Oh, I love that. That's very pretty. So we'll get to do one of those along with our tag today. I feel like this does need some book page behind it. I like to use the vintage book page if I can versus a new book page, which I've got some Italian and some French book page. I also like little doilies. You know, I like all that kind of stuff. Let's see, what do I have here? Do I have any? I thought I had maybe some that were cut in half, but I really don't. Let me just get one. There we go. Let's get some stuff. You can see this book page has had some crafting done with it, hasn't it? I've got a pile of scraps on my desk now, like you can't believe. That's a little too messy for even me. I don't like that. So where did I put my ruler? Oh, there it is. You're probably going, it's over there. It's over there. Can't you see it? It's over there. No, I can't see it. All right. Now, for this particular journal that I'm going to be working on, I've been making bits and pieces off and on. I did some, then I haven't done any in a while. I haven't worked on it. It's a binder journal. We're going to be getting back to that binder journal after I finish up some of my others. But every now and then when I want to make something new, I get tired. I want to just create something. I've seen an idea. I'm inspired. I've watched a video. Or I'm excited by something. You know, I will kind of switch over for a little bit. So I'm going to be using speckled egg for that particular journal, which is the Victorian blue. The question is, do I want to pull it off to the side? To one side, you know, just like, or wrap it. I think. Let me do this. Ooh, this paper is very, very old. It's from the 1700s, 17 or 1800s. So it's, be very careful if you do some inking like I just did. Okay. I'm kind of wishing I'd left the whole thing now. Don't really. I really think I'm going to get another one. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, you guys, I'm about out of time now. I need to move on to my next video. I only have so much time on my camera. And like I said, I probably am going to go get a snack and a nice big soda and come back and make some more videos. I have some other really fun with junk mail projects. I've got a couple of junk mail projects to share with you today. So, or in the next video. So I probably need to move it along here. Move it along, lady. Move it along. Let me do this. Oh, 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 oh. I knew that was going to happen. Darn it, it's so old. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I am struggling with this video, so sorry about that. Don't feel sorry for me, or, you know, it just happens. We all have our off days. I'm having mine. But I guess I could just not show the video, but then you guys don't get to see the Parchment video because I wouldn't be doing it again, you know. Anytime I toss a video, you don't see that project ever again. So then you'll be like, where did that come from? Why does she have that in the journal? And I have not seen that. So if I quit on a video, that's it. There ain't no seeing that project again. Let me see if I can get this on here before we completely run out of time. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, okay, you guys, time for me to give it up. Oh, that is pretty. Add some lace, a number, some words. I'll probably add a word to this one. And some lace. Put a backing on it to thicken it up because it's awfully thin. And there you have it. You have a lovely little parchment tag. It sounds good. It feels good. It's yummy. And I think it'll be really pretty in journals. So I definitely encourage you to get out your parchment baking paper and have it a play if it doesn't have a bunch of lines in it, unless you like the lines. And then, of course, by all means, do that. And have a little play and see what you can do. Maybe dye some, maybe put it on some book pages, or, you know, have some fun with your parchment paper in your kitchen. That was the whole point of this. I think I'm just trying too hard. I just need to relax and enjoy playing with this, no matter how messy it is, right? So thank you all very much for coming along and having a little play, letting me goof around in here, even though I'm having not a great day, but that's all right. We do that, right? So go play in your studios, make something fun, make a mess, be creative, just play. And that's what I did today. I just played. So thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you all very soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.